Greetings and good day to one and to everyone. Grace and peace be to you, my brothers and sisters, and welcome back to another edition of our Bible in a Year series. I am your brother Will, and we are reading the Bible. As you know, we started on September 11th, was day one. I was going to try to wait all the way until January 1st, but I wanted to get back to our Bible reading. This will be the reading for Friday, September the 16th. 2022, day number 6, as we continue the journey to 365 days. This is the Blue Letter Bible Chronological Daily Reading Plan that I am, the format that I'm using. And we are in the book of Job. We did start in the book of Genesis, and now we are in the book of Job. And now we're reading chapters 10, 11, 12, and 13. This will be a two-part episode. The first part will be Job chapters 10 and 11. 1 second, please. We thank God for his word. Pray that he continues to bless each and every one of us. Amen. So, as you know, in chapter 9, it was Job speaking with, I believe it was Bildad. He's talking to all of them because they're all giving him their view of why he's going through what he's going through. And in chapter 9, Job was basically saying that there is no mediator at that time. And now Job in chapter 10 is still speaking, and he's saying he would plead with God. Chapter 10 in the book of Job, this is the New King James Version, and the word of the Lord reads, "My soul loathes my life." Wow. He says, "I will give free course to my complaint. I will speak in the bitterness of my soul. I will say to God, do not condemn me. Show me why you contend with me. Does it seem good to you that you should oppress, that you should despise the work of your hands and smile on the counsel of the wicked? Wow. Do you have eyes of flesh, or do you see as man sees? Are your days like the days of a mortal man? Are your years like the days of a mighty man? That you should seek for my iniquity and search out my sin, although you know that I am not wicked, and there is no one who can deliver from, yes, and there is no one who can deliver from your hand." Verse 8, "Your hands have made me and fashioned me, an intricate unity, yet you would destroy me. Remember, I pray, that you have made me like clay, and will you turn me into dust again? Did you not pour me out like milk, and curdle me like cheese, clothe me with skin and flesh, and knit me together with bones and sinews? You have granted me life and favor, and your care has preserved my spirit." This is Job, yes, pleading with God. Verse number 13. "And these things you have hidden in your heart. I know that this was with you. If I sin, then you mark me, and will not acquit me of my iniquity. If I am wicked, woe to me. Even if I am righteous, I cannot lift up my head. I am full of disgrace. See my misery. If my head is exalted, you hunt me like a fierce lion. And again, you show yourself awesome against me. You renew your witnesses against me and increase your indignation toward me. Changes and war are ever with me. Why then have you brought me out of the womb? Oh, that I had perished, and no eye had seen me. I would have been as though I had not been. I would have been carried from the womb to the grave. Are not my days few. Cease. Leave me alone, that I may take a little comfort, before I go to the place from which I shall not return, to the land of darkness and the shadow of death, a land as dark as darkness itself, as the shadow of death, without any order, where even the light is like darkness. That was chapter 10 in the book of Job. We are going into chapter 11, and then that's going to end this part of our two-part episode. Chapter 11 in the book of Job, this is the New King James Version, verse 1, and the word reads, Then Zophar, this is the third comforter, if you will. This is the third person that's speaking with Job, that's been sitting there with him. Then Zophar, the Naamathite, answered and said, Should not the multitude of words be answered? And should a man full of talk be vindicated? Should your empty talk make men hold their peace? Wow. And when you mock, should no one rebuke you? For you have said, My doctrine is pure, and I am clean in your eyes. But oh, that God would speak and open his lips against you, that he would show you the secrets of wisdom, for they would double your prudence. Know therefore that God exacts from you less than your iniquity deserves. Wow. Can you search out the deep things of God? Can you find out the limits of the Almighty? They are higher than heaven. What can you do? Deeper than Sheol. What can you know? Their measure is longer than the earth and broader than the sea. If he passes by, imprisons, and gathers to judgment, then who can hinder him? For he knows deceitful men. He sees wickedness also. Will he not then consider it? For an empty-headed man will be wise when a wild donkey's colt is born a man. That was verse 12 where it reads, For an empty-headed man will be wise when a wild donkey's colt is born a man. What you say? What? If you would prepare your heart, this is Zophar speaking to Job. If you would prepare your heart and stretch out your hands toward him, if iniquity were in your hand and you put it far away, and would not let wickedness dwell in your tents, then surely you could lift up your face without spot. Yes, you could be steadfast and not fear, because you would forget your misery and remember it as waters that have passed away. And your life would be brighter than noonday, though you were dark. You would be like the morning, and you would be secure because there is hope. Yes, you would dig around you and take your rest in safety. You would also lie down and no one would make you afraid. Yes, many would court your favor, but the eyes of the wicked will fail, and they shall not escape, and their hope loss of life. That was chapter 10 and 11 in the book of Job. We're going to stop on that wise, and then we're going to pick it up with chapters 12 and 13 for part 2 for Friday, September 16, 2022. Amen. God bless you. See you on the flip side. Amen.